Hello, brother, and welcome to this episode of the Empowered Man podcast. Today, we're going to be covering how to take control of your life as a modern day man. What is up, legend? Welcome to the Empowered Man podcast, where we teach you how to reconnect with your wife while also having balance between business and the rest of your life. My name is Tony Versick. I'm the founder of the Empowered Man movement, and it's time to take back your power. How to be in control of your physical and mental health, how to be in control of the quality in the relationship with your partner, your children, and yourself, and how to be in control of the fucking prison that can be business, the stress and the pressure of being a provider and a modern day man. Now, we cannot have control without first having clarity on the truth and the vision, and then making a commitment that I'm going to get from point A to point B. We've identified the fact of where we are, we've identified where we want to go, and we've made a conscious decision. The power of choice. I am choosing to commit. I am choosing to be the best version of myself. I am choosing to move forward towards my vision, despite the patterns I used to repeat, despite the stories in my head, despite the stress, despite the pressure, despite being too busy. I am fucking committed. But it's very easy to make a commitment, right? It's very easy to say you're going to do something, and it's very easy to be consistent. Think about it like this. Every single year, at the end of the year, there is something that comes around called the new year. And every single new year, what modern day men do is they make commitments. They say, I'm going to start working out. I'm going to start eating better. I'm going to start treating my wife with respect. I'm going to be achieving my goals. And we set these goals. And what happens every single year on January 1st is people go to the gym for a day or 2 days or 3 days or a week. And then what happens? We drop our standards. We drop our standards because our standards are negotiable. We drop our standards because life gets in the way. We get too busy. We have things come up. We're trying to balance everything and wear all these hats. And we start to drop those standards and we start to lose control. It's impossible to be in control unless you do something to be in control. Now, the problem we have as modern day men in life is that there are so many things out of our control that we try to control. I am a self-professed control freak. I feel like I need to be in control of my business, my teams, my people, my wife. But what I realized a long time ago was I can't change anyone, and I can't actually control anything except 4 key areas in my life. Now, you might hear that and go, fuck, Tony, like, how am I going to get by without being in control? I need to be in control. Think about it like this. You can't make your employees do anything. You can ask them, you can influence them, but you can't make them do anything. You don't have strings like a puppeteer to make them do anything. It's the exact same in your marriage or your relationship with your partner. You can want them to meet your needs. You can want to communicate better. You can want to have a better relationship. You can want them to not get at you after a long day, but you can't control them. In life, you can influence people. You can influence problems. You can influence outcomes. But the only 4 things you can control in your life as a modern day man are your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your reactions. The only 4 things you can control in your life as a modern day man, in your business, your marriage, your relationships, your happiness, your health, is your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your reactions. Everything else can be influenced but not controlled. Think about it. Think about going through a long, stressful day at work. You get triggered, you have negative thoughts. These negative thoughts happen subconsciously. They happen without thinking. We have about 80,000 thoughts per day. So somebody fucks up at work. The thought is, what an idiot. Now I'm going to have to do it. If you want something done right, do it yourself. What's the fucking point of having employees? And these thoughts create stories in your head that are just like coming out of nowhere. We're master storytellers as men. Another example, you come home, the house is a mess. There's dishes in the sink. There's shit all over the floor, on the couch. And the story, the thought is, my wife doesn't appreciate all the hard work I'm doing. How fucking hard is it to keep the house clean? Does she not care about me? This is bullshit. And you start creating a story. Now, these are thoughts. Those thoughts are associated with feelings. The feelings start coming through your body. So the thoughts are up in your head. The feelings are in your body. The feelings are anger, frustration, a bit of stress. You can feel it in your shoulders. You can feel it in your neck. You can feel it building up within you. Or if you argue with your partner, the thought is, she doesn't understand. She's not, she's trying to get at me over something stupid. This is fucking ridiculous. And then afterwards, the feeling is guilt. You're like, fuck, I yelled at my kids again. I yelled at my partner. Thoughts and feelings are attached to each other. And when we lose control of our thoughts and when we lose control of our feelings, we end up hurting the people that matter. We end up hurting our loved ones. We end up hurting our partner. We end up hurting ourselves, because one of the most painful things we can do as modern day men is hurt the people we love. That hurts us more than anything. So this all comes from the stories that we tell ourselves. Most of these stories happen without thinking. They're subconscious. They're stored within you. Just like on this phone, if I want to send an SMS, I don't go through and code it. It does it all for me. There is something happening in the background that doesn't require thinking on my part. It's a program within us, right? So if you lose control of your thoughts and feelings, if you're feeling a negative way or a positive way, or if you're thinking positive or negative, that's going to influence now how you react and how you act. House is a mess. The thoughts are, she doesn't care. The feelings are anger. All without thinking, a program within your body and mind, a pattern that you repeat, right? Just like when you're driving a car without thinking, it's a pattern. You don't think about it. It just happens, right? You get angry and you yell. That is the reaction. And the action is yelling. Or you're getting at each other over something stupid. The reaction is yet again raising your voice and using tonality. Business is stressful. The thought is, what's the fucking point? The action is you drink that evening. The reaction is you just fucking stressed. You don't know how to handle it. Thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions are the building block of anything you want in life. They can destroy you and they can create an empire. Every single idea started off as a thought and turned into an action. So this is it's a lot to take on board. But if you think about this, this is how you fix a marriage. This is how you fix a business. This is how you have it all in life, is you take control consciously of your thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions. Now, because you've got clarity on the truth, because you've got clarity on the vision, because you've got clarity on the obstacles, because you've got a plan to move forward, because you're committed to take action, now you bring awareness to the subconscious patterns, the moments where you lose control. So let's say you argue with your partner, you pull it back and you go, okay, what are the thoughts right now? What are the feelings in my body? How am I reacting and what am I doing about these feelings and thoughts? You get stressed at work. You go, oh shit, it's happening again. I feel something that's not serving me. I'm not feeling good right now. What am I thinking about? What is the story I'm creating in my head? What are the feelings going through my body? What am I doing right now? How am I reacting to this situation? And what you're doing here is, because you're committed and because you have clarity and because you want to be the best man you can be for your family, you're consciously choosing to analyze and break down what's going on for you. We actually teach this in our Empowered Man programs. We have tools that allow you to make this process easier. But think about it like this. If you fold your arms right now, and don't do this if you're driving, just humor me. If you have the capacity to fold your arms right now. Now, fold your arms the other way. What you'll notice is that it feels awkward as shit. Why? Because the way you normally fold your arms is built into you. You've done it enough times that it's second nature. It's done without thinking. When you try and fold your arms the other way, you're rebuilding a pattern. You're rebuilding the way you think and the way you feel and the way you act. And you can feel it's quite uncomfortable. It's the same as if you're driving a car, right? And have you ever been in a car before and you get to a destination and you're like, fuck, I haven't been paying attention to the road for 3 minutes. And you realize that and you're like, shit, I should pay attention. You don't need to pay attention because your mind and your body, they are subconsciously doing it without thinking. Now imagine if you jumped into a plane. You would have to relearn the way that you do that driving. You'd be flying a plane instead of driving a car. If you jumped into a truck, you'd have to look at the mirrors differently. You'd have to learn the gears differently. You're choosing consciously through your commitment to change the way you repeat patterns, to change the way you think, to change the way you feel, to change the way you take action, and to change the way you react. And this is the craziest part. Life as a modern day man, as an empowered man, it doesn't get any easier. It actually gets more challenging. There's more pressure, there's more stress in all the areas of life, especially things like marriage and relationships. But powerful men, they get better at taking control of that stress. They get better at taking control of their thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions when there's an argument, when there's doubt, when there's uncertainty, when there's pressure, when there's stress. And when you take control of these areas, that's when you take back your power. You become Teflon, you're unfuckwithable, no one can fuck with you, nothing can fuck with you, you're unstoppable. That's when you don't get triggered. That's when nothing affects you negatively. And that, my friends, is real power. That, my friends, is real control. And that's exactly what the family deserves. They deserve that version that can't be triggered, that can't be stressed, because he chooses consciously to repattern, to change the way he reacts, to change the way he acts, to change the way he thinks and feels. And this takes time, it takes energy, and it begins with making a commitment. So the question for you today is, do you lose control? Do you lose control of your thoughts? And if so, what sort of stories do you tell yourself about your wife? What sort of stories do you tell yourself about your life? For example, when my wife left, the story was it's her fault. She should have told me. I didn't take responsibility for my thoughts. The feelings were anger, sadness, frustration. I didn't take responsibility for those feelings. Do you lose control of your feelings? Do you get triggered? Do you get angry? Do you get stressed? Do you lose control of your actions? Do you numb yourself? Do you drink? Do you self-sabotage? Do you take actions that hurt you or your loved ones? And do you react positively or negatively? You can see once again, this is clarity. This is awareness. If there's something working in your life, you become aware of it, you do more of it. If there's something not working in your life, you become aware of it and you change it. You make a commitment to change it. You do that by taking control, by shifting the thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions that are associated to the things you do in life. So I want to know, are you in control? Answer this question. Feel free to pull out a journal, pen and paper, write this down. Am I in control of my thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions? If not, where do I lose control? And just doing this exercise is going to allow you to bring awareness to the problem and therefore find a solution. So I hope that helps. I'll see you for the final podcast of this series, which is going to be connection. How to reconnect to your wife, your kids, yourself, by having control, making a commitment, and by having clarity. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you for the next podcast. Now it's time for you to get access to the action plan, personalized, customized coaching, and the exact strategy we've used to help over 500 men take back their power and take back control using the Empowered Man Method. If you want to reignite the spark in your marriage, become a better father, and ultimately have it all in life, then go to empoweredbusinessman.com/group to join our free community. The link will be in the show notes, or just go to empoweredbusinessman.com/group right now to become a part of the Empowered Man movement.